I did a show here in '08, and it pertained to a lot of old wood frame churches. And the question came up about the Buffalo Soldiers. Well, I'd already done 2 or 3 pieces, and the interest really got strong because there's a few prints on the market right now of a lady called Cathay Williams. She's the only female Buffalo Soldier that's known. And each time I was working on this, I was thinking about some of the prints that were already out there. Because the woman, the female Buffalo Soldiers that they did, she was just too feminine. Yeah, you notice she doesn't look totally feminine, but she's a little bit of masculinity there. But if you look real close, you can tell she looks kind of feminine, a woman. The only reason they found out she was a female is because she got wounded during a skirmish with the Indians, and they had to pull her clothes off, and that's when they found out she was a woman. And I found later on that doing a little bit of the history, that she fought the government up until the day she died, trying to get retribution for her time she spent in the military. But the government was too embarrassed to expose the fact that a woman got in the military back during that time. So unfortunately, she passed away with nothing, no recognition or anything. So, but my version of Cathay Williams is one of the paintings here. And since then, I've decided to do a few more paintings of her in the Buffalo Soldier uniforms and stuff. So, but that's how the interest came up with this exhibit. I'm originally from Oklahoma, so whenever I'm up in Oklahoma, my hometown, my ex-hometown, I normally go out to some of the Indian museums, and I love the Indian style because they use a lot of acrylic and real bright colors. So I try to implement a little bit of that in some of my work. The normal Buffalo Soldiers you see around the wall, I've done several, like I said, I've done several like this before. And so when I decided to do this one, again, I was looking at the Indian paintings from Oklahoma. And I just played around with the image. And then when I decided to do the colors, I wanted the colors to kind of flow into each other. So the same thing with this one over here. This is more of the Indian style than this one here. This was a guy, I don't remember his last name, but I did a show at Ella Austin, I don't know how many years ago. But this guy was one of the senior citizens there. And for some reason, he got attached to me, and he just followed me everywhere I went. And of course, I had my camera. And he had the black hat on and his white hair, and that's what I was attracted to. And so he wouldn't talk. I talked to him, and he just bowed his head or whatever, but he wouldn't talk. So I asked him if I could take a picture of him, and he just kind of bowed his head. So I took a picture of him. He had a green sweater on. And so I went and done his portrait a couple of years later, and I changed his sweater to Buffalo Soldier uniform. And I was kind of excited about it, so I went back to Ella Austin looking for him, and they told me he had passed away about a year before I got back down there. So I still have the painting. No one knew anything about his family or anything, so it's just an interesting part of history. It's about the only thing that I can say. I mean, I love to paint, and to do this particular series on the Buffalo Soldiers, I really got inspired by Cathay Williams, so I want to do a few more paintings on her.